How's it going, guys and gals? This is Eldervo coming back at you. I just wanted to give you my wrap-up experience over the Server Slam and my overall thoughts. Now, I want to hit things in a very organized manner, so that way I have enough time to put it into this video. I didn't want to make a very long video, mind you. Wanted to make it nice, short, and sweet. So, first thing I want to touch on is drop rates. Drop rates are much better than they were. However, I personally believe they should make them just slightly lower. Now, I'm not saying like bring them all the way down to like super low, but just a little tweak, just a tiny little tweak, and I think it would be perfect. With that said, let's talk about the classes. Now, if you looked at all the data mined information and you saw everybody else's opinions, Necro got hit hard on minions. They got fixed. So my understanding is basically they went in and they changed the baseline survivability of the minions. Understandable. They probably changed the HP or physical resistance or whatever the case might be. They changed a base portion of your NPCs, of your little minions, and it was way too much. And so they pulled back, and from my understanding, they pulled back, but they didn't pull back everything. So they're still weaker than they were previously, but they're not as weak as they were at the beginning of the Server Slam, which is great. And I think they might have found that happy medium. I hope. Now, with that said, it also based on this current level 20 experience. We don't know how strong minions will be at max level, how they'll deal with stronger monsters and slams, and the fact that minions are pretty dumb and they'll stand in AoE, which is something that is totally possible to have minions not do. Just FYI, they could totally program that in for them to try and avoid at least. Source, I played Source pretty much the whole time, and it was, in my opinion, still great. Survivability was cut back a little bit. A lot of the OP type stuff that was inside of Source was removed, and that's fine. All the builds are still viable. You can play fire, you can play cold, you can play lightning. It just depends what you want to do. You want to do lucky strikes, you want to do critical, you mix and match. Do you want a lot of CC? Do you not want a lot of CC? Do you just want pure damage? All varies, and you can use pretty much all three in conjunction. You could use lightning to raise your crit. You could use, cold for the CC. You can use fire if you want to do damage over time, so forth and so on. Didn't hear anything too bad about the barb. I didn't get a chance to play myself. I really wish I did, but overall, nerfs and even nerfs included, I don't think the barb's in a bad position. I don't think any of the classes are particularly in a bad position anymore. Now, with that said, I played a little bit of Druid. Druid felt really good. It felt a lot better than the first time I played it, so those little number changes definitely made a difference. I would also like to say that as far as Rogue, from what I can tell, Rogue was top tier this during the Server Slam. It might get hit with some nerfs from what from what everybody's saying because of how good it was feeling. But yeah, I mean, overall the Server Slam was fun. Drop rates are almost where they need to be, in my personal opinion. If they keep them the way they are, there's no skin off my back. I just think they could be lowered just a slightly bit more. Just the legendaries, mind you. The rares were about rare enough, and whatnot. Let's see. Other than classes, let's talk about bugs. So I ran into a couple of small bugs. The one bug, I was running through a dungeon, and it was a kill all the enemies bug. Because I killed all the enemies, I got to the end, I got to where the door was, and when I got to where the door was, some more enemies spawned on the opposite side of the door that I needed to get through. There's like 2 enemies left, couldn't kill them, couldn't continue. Really rough, kind of bad. Need to fix that for sure. My understanding is it was supposed to be like 95% of enemies, and that doesn't, if there was 2 enemies out of everything that I killed, that door should have, I should have been able to open that door, period. It's ridiculous that it's still 100%. They haven't had that fix in. They haven't put in the fix for the keybinds. They still have it set to where the left click is all three, or if you unclick, if you unbind it, it is, it's just the one. And so that's very upsetting. I wanted to try out that fix on the keybinds. Another bug I ran into was a quest bug, and basically the quest got stuck. The NPC was just kind of sitting there. Luckily, with most of the quests, you can actually just leave the quest or abandon the quest and then go pick it back up and start it over. Not really a big deal. Most of these quests are pretty nearby, so not an issue. One other bug that happened to me constantly in the beta previously was where the audio would where you can skip audio when they're talking. It kind of stopped working, so the escape wouldn't work when I was trying to skip audio. They need to make that to where you could always do it. They also need to add in to where you can skip audio having to do with like the smaller lines, where like when you're doing the Exorcist quest line and they're talking and talking and talking. I should be able to skip over all that stuff. If I've done it once, or I want to do it again and I just want to get the items or whatever the case might be, I should be able to just click a button and skip over their lines and get the animations going, so that way that we can get things done. Other than that, I didn't experience much lag. There was no real queue. You would see the queue term pop up, you'd see the word pop up for a second, but beyond that, I mean, I would go straight into the game. Didn't have any issues making characters. Like I said, I played Source and then I played Druid for a little bit. During gameplay, I think I had maybe like 2 instances. Over like 6 to 8 hours of gameplay, I had like 2 instances where I had some server lag. Not really big deal, and it didn't last very long. With that said, though, my overall experience with Server Slam is really good. I think they're heading in the right direction with balancing as far as numbers go for skills. And overall, like I said, everything's looking good. I would say that Server Slam was a complete success. 10 out of 10. I would definitely recommend trying out the game when it comes out. Even if you're just going to buy the base game, try it out, see how you like it. I think it's going to, I have high hopes that it's going to be a really good ARPG. I have really high hopes that they will do good by the community with the seasons. It seems like the MTX stuff is going to be really good price for what you get, good bang for your buck. And overall, I think the game's going to be awesome. So, I would highly recommend it. Hope y'all go check it out. And don't forget to hit that like and leave a comment. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me if you want to see bossing, do you want to see builds, what do you want to see? Let me know. But for now, this is Elder Vo saying, over and out. Y'all have a good one.